was a time when I thought I wouldn't be able to write again, and this was shortly after my father died. The only way I could keep writing was by writing about him, and that's how this book came together. Hi, I'm Monica Macansantos. I am the author of the collection of essays titled Returning to My Father's Kitchen. It's out on May 15th from Northwestern University Press. And it's a book about returning home after my father's very sudden death. And it confronts themes of identity and memory and place. So apart from that, I am a current Shearing Fellow at the Black Mountain Institute in Las Vegas, and I'm very excited to be here to talk about my book while grocery shopping at Seafood City. Would I consider writing a traditional memoir? That depends, because maybe not right now. I'm still unable to see my life as an entire story. Like, I tend to see my own life as a series of episodes. And sometimes I don't know how these episodes come together until I put them together. And what I love about the essay collection form is that it enables you to do that. So, like many Filipino families, my family is partly based in the Philippines, and many of its members also live in the diaspora, which is why the Balikbayan box is a part of our lives. They're usually large boxes that people living abroad, like in the US, fill up with American snacks, American gifts to send to their families back home in the Philippines. And it's become a cultural symbol of the connections maintained across distances. For one, physically, I bought a lot of books from the Writer's Block, which is a bookstore I live right on top of. I'm also bringing clothes back home, but more than that, I'm bringing memories that these books and these clothes bear, such as being able to live in a thriving literary community and being able to share my own experiences with such a supportive community. I also curated a reading series and book club called Kwentuhan and Chikahan, which centered Filipino authors. And that, I feel, is it was a very pivotal moment for me as a cultural worker, because it's something I haven't been able to do before, and it somehow brought together my experiences as a Filipino in the motherland with my experiences in the diaspora. A central part of my book is my father, and I talk about him as a writer and as a thinker, but also as a cook. Bay leaves, he used a lot, and also chili, and all these he would use. Cinnamon, he also used quite often, and a lot of black peppercorns for his adobo. Speaking about my time in Las Vegas, what I love about living here, and this is something that I haven't quite experienced while living abroad elsewhere, is, the ready availability of many Filipino ingredients. In other places in the States where I've lived, there was no silver swan available, and this was like my dad's favorite soy sauce, because he felt that it made the adobo happen. And later on, when I was quarantined in the Philippines, the makers of silver swan were discovered to be abusing their employees, and their employees at their factory had a strike. So I was boycotting Silver Swan like a lot of people, and I moved on to Marca Pina, which I actually prefer because it has a fruitier taste, and it's kind of like Silver Swan, but has an added kick to it. And my father, who was supportive of workers' rights, would have done the same thing. So I felt that I was honoring his memory by moving on to the soy sauce that wasn't evil. So I have fond memories of this cookie, choco pie. Growing up, it was a special treat for us. It was a little more expensive. And later on in college, I had a friend whom I wrote about in this collection who would offer me choco pies when I'd come to her room and like just wanting to hang out and talk to someone. One common thread in this essay collection is the subject of home and moving away to find yourself while remaining unconsciously tethered to that home. And that friend of mine shared a hometown with me as well as a high school. We went to the same high school. So when I met her again in college, it was if we were starting anew because we weren't friends in high school, but we became fast friends in college. And it was interesting to see how our life journeys diverged very sharply and how like that friendship eventually fell apart for reasons that you'll read about in this book. Those three things, tango, poetry, and cooking, they're all instinctual, and I feel that memory is something that just comes to us. It's not something that we intellectualize, or there's no method to accessing memories. It just comes to you. So by accessing these portals that are very much a part of my identity, I also am able to access the past in ways that I would be unable to. So I had halo halo for the first time in Las Vegas here at the Magnolia booth. And it reminded me, like just mixing the ice cream, the ube ice cream into the halo halo, reminded me of this poem by Pila Caba. And it's a funny poem. It's basically about what do you do when you get special halo halo with ube ice cream? Do you eat the ice cream first before mixing it, or do you mix all of the ice cream into the halo halo? So what I do is like half-half. I eat half of the ice cream to treat myself to ube ice cream, and I mix the rest to the halo halo to make it taste like ube. Food is something that can be so evocative and brings us back to our memories, our homes. I think this is one of the reasons why food has such a special place in the Filipino community. Just like advertising my book to the fish. Hi, meet my book, fish. Pre-order it.